Hi, I'm Jed Cornock, the town planner, and I'm here to talk about a very important study that the planning department is underway with. It is our downtown parking management and wayfinding signage project. So it's a two-part study. The first is all dealing with parking in our downtown, and the second part is wayfinding, and I'll explain a little bit more about that in a minute. But the parking study is very important because we're building upon the Transportation Management Committee's 2021 report where they outlined issues with the downtown and accessing and parking within it. So we, the planning department, applied for a grant from the One Stop for Growth program, received $25,000 and have hired an outside consultant, Stantec Engineering. They've been helping identify some issues with our downtown parking, as well as looking at utilization. That's an important component because a lot of folks have told us that there's plenty of parking in the downtown where others have indicated that they can never find a spot. So collecting the data, analyzing the data, and then bringing forward the results of all of that information is really important. And the planning department is planning on doing that at the end of August, early September. Right now, we are currently collecting that data. So what we're doing is we're collecting parked cars in the weekday period as well as the weekends in every month from May all the way through August. This will allow us to identify trends in utilization, but also identify places where people may not be parking and may not be aware that parking actually exists. Then importantly, our consultants will analyze that data and provide to us some strategies for consideration in the future. Some of those might be paying for parking. Some of them might be auxiliary parking sites or shuttles that would help people park further away but access the downtown in an easier way. There may even be some improvements that we can make to the infrastructure, such as wheelchair ramps or additional crosswalks. So all of that information will be rolled out, as I said, late August, early September in our next public meeting. So the second part of the project is our wayfinding signage program. And that was also articulated in the 2021 Transportation Management Committee report as a deficiency in the downtown. So if you may be walking around the downtown and you realize that there aren't a lot of directional signs for pedestrians and bicyclists, indicating where the nearest ice cream shop is, what other sort of commercial activities are available downtown, where the library is, etc. That's because we don't have them. And importantly, the Transportation Management Committee identified the deficiency with the connection to the bike path. So there's a lot of visitors who come to town who are utilizing that bike path, and there's no indication that they're right near the downtown area where they can stop, take a detour, go for an ice cream, go for lunch, and then get right back to the bike path. So connecting all of those things is really, really important. As an example, I'm sure that many of you have visited or have gone on vacation somewhere, and you're new to that area. You park in the downtown area, and there's a kiosk indicating you're here on a big map. And it says, if you go left, there's all sorts of commercial activities. There's the performing arts center that you're looking for, but if you go right, there's a bunch of restaurants that you might enjoy. So everyone that's a tourist destination has those types of things. Those are the types of items that we want to include. And then importantly, as we're all experiencing, we're filming this in July, around 4th of July and during the summer months, it's a very busy area downtown. There's people trying to find parking all the time. Easing congestion in the downtown is something that we've heard since I've arrived in town. That can be one of the ways that we can try to control that by allowing folks to park, say, at the Lawrence School or the Mullen Hall School, which isn't directly on street, close enough by for a short walking distance, and that way they're not coming downtown trying to find a spot and creating congestion. Making it safer for bicycle and pedestrians is really important, especially in the downtown. So importantly, the public survey, which I mentioned before, it's approximately 20 questions. It will take you anywhere between 10 and 15 minutes to finish. We've grouped the parking and the wayfinding components into one survey, and that's important for one main reason. It's because it's the same study area, and it encompasses areas like Catherine Lee Bates, Main Street, and some of the parking areas in between. So what we're asking folks to do is tell us how they get down here, when they are here, where are some of the places that they go to, where is signage lacking, and how long do they stay? So important information about how we can better serve the public who comes to the downtown, make it more efficient and enjoyable. Now, importantly, we've developed a project website, which we'll highlight in a minute, which articulates all of the information that we provided to the public in our open house in May. And we gathered a lot of helpful information as to people's opinions on the study itself, the scope of the study, some things that we ought to consider for strategies, and then implementation items for the future. All of that information is located on the project website, along with, importantly, a public survey. This public survey is included with the Wayfinding program, or the project itself, and it asks a multitude of questions about how people access the downtown, where they park, how easy it is to find parking, and what's important to them. So we really encourage folks to visit that project website and interact with all the particulars that are there. As you can see, the projects are separated into two distinct areas on the webpage. The first is the parking management plan. There's an overview of the study. This is a link to the kickoff meeting slides that we had a meeting with our engineering firm, Stantec Engineering. It describes the overview of the study, the particulars of how long it would last, and the things that our consultants will be analyzing for us. Next is the public survey that I discussed previously. We've also included on the screen here, as you can see, two enterprise articles that covered the parking management plan open house. And if I scroll down here, you'll see the slides, which are also available at the town hall. This first image here on the left-hand side is all about the overview of the study. So you might not be able to see it on the screen. So if you click on that image, you'll get a larger picture so that you can make out exactly what the text is here. But on this right-hand side is the timeline for the project itself. So we started over here in February, and we'll wrap up the study sometime in the end of September. And then there's some important questions on the left-hand side about the goals of the study and what's important to you. You'll notice that the folks have used sticky dots to essentially vote on what's important in terms of goals. And then also they have the ability to write in notes about things that we should consider in the study moving forward. Then quickly, this image here, as I mentioned, it's a 4-part question. So it's all about asking questions about how you got to the downtown, how long you stay, are there multiple destinations that you like to go to, or is it just one place that you're interested in going to, and then how long you stay. So again, it's a sticky note or a sticky dot exercise. In Town Hall, we have them attached to the board, so you can simply just grab any sticky dot, doesn't matter what the color is, and just and put it on the board, indicating your preference or your answer. Then on the far right, and there are two versions of this particular board. There's a board that is just a street map, and then there's also a board that's an aerial, but it's the exact same study area. This is an opportunity for people to fill out a sticky note and describe to us in more detail a particular challenge that they may have had accessing the downtown, or perhaps there's an idea that they have and they really want to share it with us. Anything goes. You can write anything you want, put it on the sticky pad, and just put it right onto the board. So it's a really interesting exercise. We're leaving that open to the public until the end of August. So we encourage folks that if you're in the town hall, walk down towards the town manager's office from, say, the clerk's office or from the front door. You'll see them on the left-hand side of the hallway, and spend some time reading about what other people have to say and share your thoughts as well. So that's information about the parking management plan on the webpage. And if you scroll down, you'll see the wayfinding signage plan section. As I mentioned, this study builds upon the work of the Transportation Management Committee through 2021, and they provided a report that articulated some information that they gathered from the public about how they can improve access to downtown. So importantly, here's that link. You simply click on that. You can get access to that document and all of the information that's included in that. A lot of good work here, and so we're trying to build upon that. First and foremost, what I want to bring your attention to on this part of the web page is the Cape Cod Commission is working with us directly on the wayfinding signage plan. This link will bring you to the website that they've developed. In fact, I've got it queued up here. So this is the Cape Cod Commission's website, and you'll see a lot of similar material if you scroll down. Here's the study area. As I mentioned, it really starts around the Depot Ave area, Locust Street, and makes its way all the way east to Davis Straits. So it incorporates a lot of signage within that, not only the downtown area, but around its edges, especially down in on the eastern side of the area, as well as down where the bike path currently runs through town. Included in that website is the public survey, so you can click on the link here and access that survey. Again, it won't take you very long, and it's a two-part survey, as I mentioned before. And then excitingly, we've put together, or they have put together, an inventory of all the signage in the downtown. So I'm going to show that to you now. And this is the site itself. And so this is a map showing all of the existing signage that they have collected information on within the downtown. And so the first thing you're going to notice is that they've divided it into sub areas. So this is the western area, this is the core downtown area, and this is what they're considering to be East Main Street. And so 3 separate and unique areas based on the types of signage and the type of pedestrian and bicyclist activity that they saw within those areas. On the left-hand side, you'll see the purpose of the sign. I won't go through all of these different categories, but really, what's really cool is that you can click on any one of these circles, and if you do so, it'll highlight in green, and you can get all of the information about the sign that they collected. So they've collected all sorts of information about the material, the type of mount that it has, the condition that it's in, and who owns the sign itself, and importantly, a picture. You can even click on this photo and it'll bring up a larger picture. The point of this exercise is to show that there's a lot of signage in downtown. In fact, you can see here, this is sign number 78. There's a lot of signage, but it primarily is signage directed toward a motorist. It's not necessarily helpful for a pedestrian or a bicyclist. And again, the purpose of the wayfinding initiative is to connect what you see here on the screen, the bike path, connect folks who are riding on the bike path, tourists, even residents, to our wonderful downtown area and all of the commercial activities that occur down in that section. It's not just the downtown, but it's also the east part of the study area and some of the shops and restaurants and local businesses, even in the western area. So it's connecting everything together and making a more efficient use of the space. So again, this is the Cape Cod Commission's website. I'm going to come back to our town website, which again, you'll notice has a lot of the same information. This is the link that will bring you to that data viewer that we were just at. That's all the sign inventory. This is again the survey that we asked folks to take for us and share their thoughts and their opinions. And importantly, the last item here is the link to the Orleans wayfinding plan. So the Cape Cod Commission did this work for the town of Orleans a couple of years ago, and that's where the planning department got the idea to do it for Falmouth. And so this link will bring you to that report. It basically outlines exactly what they did and provides a slew of recommendations for the town to consider in the future. So that is our downtown parking management and wayfinding signage plan project webpage. That can be accessed through, if you go to the home page, which I will show everyone now. We'll go to the home page. If you go to departments, go over to planning, Once you're here, you can access it either through Current Projects, which is a pull-down menu, or right here, Downtown Parking Management and Wayfinding Plan. You can either click on that. Of course, we have a whole host of other initiatives going on. If you're interested in those, simply click those links and you'll bring you right to that information. But we'll just click on this Downtown Parking Management and you'll recognize where we were just at. So we ask everyone to spend a little bit of time here. If you have any questions, you can certainly contact the Planning Department directly. I'll come to that contact information just by going to Planning. All of our information is here on the right-hand side. This is my name, Judd Cornock. I'm the town planner, and we have a wonderful staff who's there every day just waiting to hear from you and take your comments and your feedback. So please feel free to come by the planning office if you have any questions, and we're always there to help.